Good morning from the banks of the Namekagon. We are here at campsite 26.7. Pretty good little campsite. We found it right at dark. And we really didn't have a choice. We just knew we were going to make this work. And we had a brief moment to get up here. And about the time we had our tarps 50% hung, the bottom fell out with that thunderstorm. And so we have just the aftermath this morning. So we're all kind of starting to wake up and look at everything. Well, Matt, I know he slept strong.
I did. My throat hurts, man. I know I had to snore in that one because my neck was all cocked up.
Yeah, Brian thought we had a bear. Like, he woke up in that weird state and he was like scared for a minute.
At 3 o'clock this morning, man, I woke up and there was a bear in camp.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, that's the camp. Brian, on the backside of Brian, then myself, I hung the war bonnet Superfly. And we rigged this in the dark and in the thunderstorm, so there's kind of cordage tied to everything. What's up, Kev?
Morning. Yes.
A lot of times what I do is use the boats as stake points, so I'm tied off to the boats. Then also I can do a kickstand with my paddle, and you can use a little piece of hardware to kind of hold it. So that war bonnet Superfly, I used that last night, did well. I do need to seam seal the stitching points a little more because there was a little water running in. It didn't drip on me. They were in the Kelty 12s over here. I mean, we were tying tarps to tarps just to get our headroom out. You come in here, see my yard sale this morning because I haven't tried to keep it nice. My charging station, we're about all charged. I usually put that in my chair. Nothing better than packing up a wet tarp. Look, that's awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
You like wet tarps too?
Yeah.
It's the best.
My favorite.
The last 2 days were a whirlwind. But today had a different feel to it. The river had thrown everything it had at us yesterday, and realizing that there was nothing this river had that was going to stop us, we had come to an understanding. One way or another, we were coming down this river, and it was up to her. She could give us good weather, short days, and perfect campsites, or long days, wind, thunderstorms and lightning, and hard campsites to find. However the river wanted to play it would be fine. We just counted an experience. It wasn't going to stop the smiles, the good times, and the laughter. It was just going to be part of the story we told later. She did not need to impress us. That's not what we came here for. We came here to get to know her, to see what she was all about. Maybe she just had a bad day yesterday. It didn't matter. We still enjoyed every minute. And realizing the futility of trying to make it hard on us, she gave us a beautiful day. The question would be, would she give us a beautiful campsite at the right time? We'd have to wait and see. Hopefully she'd play nice. But if she didn't, well, that'd be okay too.
That hillside is cool.
And for me, day 3 is always a good one. You're firmly into your trip. You've started to establish the routine and get with the rhythm of the river. And for the Namekagon River, that rhythm is a good one. It has dark corners with spruce and pine fir, open hardwood flats, and marshy grasslands called flowage. And it'll transition back and forth all day long, with good consistent flow
most of the time averaging about 3.5 to 4 miles an hour. The skies would go back and forth between blue skies and sparse clouds to a wintry overcast. Warm sun on our backs and cool breezes on our face. The dark, clear water made a beautiful contrast with the beautiful fall colors. It was just time to take in exactly where we were. The middle of nowhere in the northwest corner of Wisconsin, on one of the prettiest rivers around.
Things your mother told you not to do: turn around and kneel down in your kayak. But it's a swamp in here. I just want to be sure my charger is charging, and it is not. I figured I forgot to hook this up, so we're getting a little sun, and now we're charging. Good thing I checked that. Back in here. Now we are all ready to go. The tricky part. So we are doing the world's most dangerous game here. Kevin's changed his GoPro battery
on the move. Sometimes when you change your SD cards, you think you have them clicked in, then bing, they shoot out. You got to be very careful about that. But wow, what a pretty day. We've been singing really annoying songs to each other. I started it out on the drive with some Whitney Houston. What was the song?
I don't remember the name, but I know I've
How does it go again?
in our future.
How's that Whitney Houston
I
song?
remember long ago. It's just enough to be obnoxious is what's left in my head of it. It's just enough.
Doing the mind worm, trying to get him to sing Whitney Houston on the rivers. All right, guys, we're here. We've made it to Fritz Landing. We're doing a little lunch, and the gnats are a little strong here. I think you can see that in the sun. There's some gnats here, guys. Whew. So Iowa Matt knows the deal, and he brought some. What do they call that? Gnat soothe?
Bug soother.
Bug soother.
Use your strong
Lemongrass and some other stuff, and
Don't matter.
works pretty good. I'd hate to see what it would like if I wasn't wearing the bug soother.
That's River King's Iowa Matt style right there.
Man, look at those gnats. It's getting good now, boys. Just gotta keep moving a little bit. We're just really enjoying the day. Matt, we're trying to make a decision this morning on whether to go strong, pound out some miles again, and get Matt where he needed to be so he can get back. But even if we got him there, it'd probably be close to sundown, and then he's got a 7-hour drive. So trying to do the responsible thing for Matt as trip leader, I said, let's come up a little short, and Matt's gonna have to stay another night. I'm sorry, man.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
If you know Matt personally, it is my fault, my call. He really wanted to push on to get to his responsibilities, but I said, it's not happening, you know. I care more about your safety than to let you go home early. There's no democracy here on a River King trip. It's, I may ask for your opinion, but I'm just looking for filler on the video. But, I mean, we're talking like milk. He is doing it right.
We're in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We gotta drink milk.
Wisconsin guys.
This is right from the
Whew.
tap.
These guys are awesome. And these gnats, I think you can see it. These gnats are awesome. I'm going to give a shout out here. Kevin and I give it a shout out. We were talking about you, Jeff Rummerfield. And how do you think Jeff would have enjoyed yesterday's paddle?
Paddle, good. Storm and paddle until an hour after dark. Finding sight by.
So we were
The only
literally
way we
navigating
found
from the
camp was the
lightning
strikes.
would lighten up the river a little bit, and
Yeah.
we could see where we were going.
And
It
when
was
the final one hit, just landed in the camp. We knew that was it.
Yep.
That was the camp.
Shoo-wee. Well, we're gonna finish lunch up here, kind of change out some batteries, get everything going, and get on down the river. Beautiful day. All right, so it is currently 5:42. I believe we're just maybe about a mile from our projected campsite, which will leave us at a good place to get Matt out in the morning and time for him to get on the road and get back to life. And then we'll be heading on down the St. Croix. We'll be about 3.5 miles above the confluence, and the water picks up a little bit before we hit the confluence tomorrow, so that'll be fun. We're looking forward to an earlier night. We should have about an hour and a half of daylight when we get off the river. But yeah, it's been a fantastic day. It's been off and on with the weather. It's been a little bit warm, and then it'll be cloud over and windy and cool. Then the sun will come back out. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny, but it's just a fantastic, beautiful river. Flows pretty good. Sitting here, you're normally making around 4 miles an hour, 3.5, 4. Just rolling on down the river. Very relaxing, very scenic. We've got some pretty good color starting to happen. Another week or two would probably be peak here, but the birch trees, maple trees mixed in with all the pines and the fir makes for the perfect experience. That looks good right there. Yep, that looks good. There. Really could not ask for a better hammock site. Namekagon River, campsite 3.2. I believe this is going to get a River King Pete 5-star approval rating. We'll see in just a second. What a view of the river. Whew. This is a nice site. Fantastic. So yeah, we're gonna say this is top 3 River King campsites ever. The tree spacing for hammocks is perfect. Trees everywhere, nice little pine straw bluff, which is super awesome and comfortable. I'm gonna say 15 feet up off the bank, around there. River flowing by. Just a beautiful, beautiful campsite.
What do you think?
Oh yeah.
These two, and then tie off there and there.
Yeah, that looks good,
tie
guys.
there and there. Pretty good.
How about
view.
a pound on that? Couldn't work out any better. This is nice.
The best spot.
This is nice. A little tough to get up the bank. I didn't film it. I meant to. No steps. Doable with 2 men, 1 man. I tried. I didn't do too well. With 3 men, it was not too bad at all. But definitely at least a 2-man scrabble. So unless you unloaded your boat down there or left your boat down there or something, I like to pull my boats out of the water. But yeah, man, fantastic sight. We are enjoying a beautiful sunset. Kevin is getting some photos. Yep. We got camp set up. This is, I'm telling you, this might be my favorite camp of all time. Wasn't the easiest to get up, but sometimes you gotta do a little work. Brian is flat out rocking his setup tonight.
It's feeling pretty good tonight, man.
Yes, sir. I mean, it is made for a hammock camper. The river just right there. Come to check in on Iowa, Matt. What a day, huh?
Yeah, what
just
a day.
Nice, relaxed day. We had 2 choices. We could bust and make miles to get all the way to his car tonight, which would have been dark or a little after if we were realistic, and a push. We'd have been tired. It'd have been another plus 30 mile day, pretty heavy plus 30 miles. But we decided to pull up a little short because even if he got to his car at dark, what could you do with a 7-hour drive? He'd have been.
Honey, you wouldn't want me driving
No,
home after dark.
no. I did it for you. I know you'll probably watch this, at least
Yes,
this part.
Yes.
So, yeah.
This is my wife, Laura.
No.
Thank you.
Hey, Laura, thanks for lending us Matt. He's made the trip for us here, this middle portion.
he made the trip for us to begin with because he commented on my on some other video I had and asked me if what I was doing, and just kind of a chance thing. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to respond to that, and here we are 3 days later in Wisconsin. Great company. It's been awesome. Now we have the best campsite in the history of mankind. It's amazing.
Yeah, and we have the toilet.
Toilet just right around the
Yeah, we got
facilities.
big
So
toilets.
again, I'm not a facilities kind of guy, but I mean,
No.
if they're going to put them here, we're going to use them. So I think the order now is to get a fire. I think Brian wants a fire. We'll try to do a fire and cook some dinner. Looking over here at Kevin's stuff. He's got the Kelty 12 and getting the boats under it. Oh, look, we got B-roll Brian. He's bringing out the good stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Brian is a professional photographer. It's always nice to have him around. He's helped me immensely with my GoPro footage and all that. So he's also got the drone. So any drone footage you see is Brian, and super appreciative. But I did the war bonnet last night, as I'm sure you saw. I had to pack it up wet, so I'm just drying that. But tonight, and I'm excited about this. Tonight I've got the Paladin set up, and it is a beautiful tarp. It just makes me happy to look at. And I got the war bonnet Blackbird in there with my hammock gear quilts, incubator zeros. There will be no cold tonight, and some Walmart rope lights. So as I wake up and come out of this tarp, I mean, you just can't get a better view. Yep, this is a good sight. Got my boat right next to it, just like I like.
Like it was like.
It's beautiful.
You just barely see it. It was pink.
Dinner and a fire, guys.
This morning, we thought we had taught the river a lesson, and that maybe she understood. Looking back on it, that wasn't the case at all. The Namekagon is the little sister to the St. Croix. And little sisters and little brothers have to fight to get what they want. The Namekagon wasn't trying to make things hard on us. She was just trying to keep us around. It just took us a little bit to see it. In the end, we had reached an understanding. We would stay another night with our new friends, Iowa Matt and the Namekagon River.